Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. This week, again, hopefully. So, how are you? How has your week been? I hope you're doing good. And this week, I want to talk about something that falls in line with what's actually going on in the world right now. I want to talk a little about human nature and why we are sometimes so bad. Literally, why we are sometimes so bad. And are we really that bad? That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about if us humans are inherently bad, or do we have some other problem here? Do we have some misunderstanding here? I want to talk about this. I want to solve it somehow, and I have some thoughts about it, and I'm wishing that you can share yours down in the comments as well. So, currently, right now, in news, I think we can all see some horrible things going on, taking place right now in the world, and many people are quite fast to argue that this is just human nature, this is how everything's going to go as long as humans exist and humanity exists. And yes, we have had these behaviors since we started to exist, since the beginning of our existence. But are we really that bad, or do we really thrive in uncomfortable situations or environments? Is what I want to think about and talk about in this video. And this is actually important because, well, sometimes we are just thinking about ourselves, but we are important for this planet as well, because we are actually dominating the planet right now with our technologies and techniques and the ways that we interrupt and sometimes disrupt the flow of nature, the order of nature. We have so much effect on this planet that we should really think about what our decisions cause on this planet and for everything that the planet holds, inhabits on it. And even before these recent incidents, we were still arguing about the effect of humans on this planet, because in last decades it seems like humans are causing more harm than good on this planet, and we are just discussing about what we can do about it, if we can do anything about it, how we got here and why we got here. And most of the causes that people list in their arguments are mainly defined as being human nature, so that makes it look like these things were inevitable and these were to happen because humans cause these things, and we're just living the actual resolution of events as in a planet with humans on it. But should we really think about this like that? Are we really the evil's work, evil's pawns on this planet? Well, we are responsible for everything, most of the things at least right now, but are we really that bad? I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about three main problems that we are facing right now, and I want to talk about if they fit human nature. So the first one of those problems is that I want to talk about. These are not listed in any particular way. But the first one is pollution. So right now on Earth, most of the material that we have around, by material I mean even the oceans and the soil and the woods, etc., everything, these are polluted and they have some waste on them the waste of industrialization. So then comes the question, how did this happen? Well, as human population was rising, as industrialization and technology was progressing, some new techniques were found, and these new techniques had, as a result, some products and some waste. And that waste was, the people back then didn't know how to handle these wastes. And then population grew, and the demands of these products grew as well. So then the amount of waste that was produced grew as well. Then, because we didn't know how to handle these wastes, we then ended up with so much waste that we didn't know what to do, and we just piled them, and eventually this caused pollution. Sometime later, we figured out some ways to produce these goods without as much waste. We increased the efficacy of some of these methods so that we can sustainably, which is a topic that I will get into later, that we can sustainably produce these goods. But in the meantime, we ended up with so much waste, and also we still have some processes that produce so much waste, like in burning oil. So this is how it happened, basically. As human needs for products and energy and other materials grew, the waste that we produce grew. Then, okay, the cause of this pollution is then humans themselves. But are humans inherently this bad with waste? Well, humans are not comfortable in dirty environments, and the problem in this thing is not the waste or being polluted or the waste itself. Basically, the problem is the way that we don't know how to handle it, and because we don't know how to handle it, we just throw it away somewhere. But then it comes back because we're in a closed environment, as in this planet. So something you throw away will come back by water or by some liquids, by air, by some mean of transport, and it will cause some effects on our current life. But like I said, humans are not comfortable in dirty environments. So, and humans have been known to recycle, reuse what they have, mainly support the nature's cycle of rotting, in some sense. Rotting and reusing and repurposing some of the materials that we use and the nature uses, basically. Somewhere along the line, we forgot that behavior, apparently, probably because of the increased demands of products, and we ended up here, apparently. So then, is the problem human nature, or is it the disorganized and rapid industrialization of humanity and civilization? Or is it the last sentence basically explained what the problem is, in my opinion. It could be something else. You can give your opinion on this as well. But then the human nature is not pollution, then it is, is it being disorganized, which could be a segue to my next point of argument. Unsustainability and corruption, we can talk about that as well, I think, because that is one of the main problems we are facing on Earth right now. Even in many governments, it is a huge problem. And are we inherently inclined to be corrupt and unsustainable? Well, in human psychology, humans actually thrive in controllable, consistent, repetitive systems. So, meaning that as long as we can guess the outcome of a process, then the system has a better effect on our lives, basically. Then can we argue that corruption is human nature, or as humans we are inclined to being corrupt? Well, apparently not. As long as we take into consideration what psychology is saying, it is not human nature. Well, then what is it? This point might have many sides or many perspectives on it, and there could be many reasons why this is happening. It could be because of culture, because of lack of something, some main human quality like education or consciousness or empathy. Some deficiency of those things might cause these things. But even people that clearly or apparently have those qualities lacking, if they are pushed to sustainable systems or consistent repetitive systems, then they also thrive and they feel more comfortable then. So do we have to give in to greed that much then, if we can somehow control it? Or if we have, like I said, a way of controlling that outcome? And the third and last point that I want to make, or the argument that I want to talk about, is the conflicts that we have with each other, because we apparently are so good at making our problems, everyone's problems, by everyone I mean the birds and even the poor pandas that are saved from being extinct quite recently, but they are being affected by our conflicts again, because apparently we have so much issues that we think only the explosives are a solution. But if we look back to psychology again, then we will see that conflict resolution is a quite handy skill for humans, and humans that have good conflict resolution skills thrive more than the others. So apparently then again, conflicts or wars are not human nature. Humans are social beings, social creatures, meaning we thrive if we collaborate with each other and build a society together, not if we fight and war and battle with each other for something. I don't know what could be more important than collaborating, but apparently we have so many things to fight about. But if we could just collaborate, we would probably be better off than throwing explosives at each other. So then why this happen? Well, probably like the prior points, it might be lack of some human virtue in this sense again. But clearly, if we can control it, and I think we can control it, we know how to educate each other. We have so many literature about sociology, education, communication, human psychology. We have so many work done up until now that we can use, but we are clearly using some physics to explode each other. Then if we use those, we would probably be more comfortable and we would have less negative emotions like anxiety or despair even. And I repeated some main causes or causes that are not apparent at first glance, like having less empathy or being disorganized. And those points could also be addressed, like I said, with the knowledge that we have quite easily. So then are those human nature as well? It wouldn't be, because like I said, we thrive mainly in comfortable circumstances. This is the main point of this video, I suppose, because I keep repeating that. But we do thrive in comfortable environments, but we recently, especially recently, in recent years, haven't had the chance to be comfortable, really. And maybe if we put some work in that area, we could all maybe have better lives and better mental health and better health in general. And some would probably also have the chance to live, because we had some problems with that in some of the incidents, in some of the recent incidents that took place. So yeah, maybe we should stop acting like we are monsters, because we clearly are not. Humans are just creatures that want to live and communicate, socialize, create something, have a life purpose, and then eventually leave this planet. This is the gist of humanity, basically, and it is quite hard to understand why we shouldn't make it so hard for each other. This human life, it's not quite clear, at least for me. The thing that is clear for me is that we have the right to be comfortable, but some people want to take that away from some other people, and that's a problem. It shouldn't be like that. We all have enough resources for all of us to be comfortable. We don't have to make everything this hard, basically. And we also have enough resources for other animals to live, and we should have other animals living with us. So yeah, I don't know, I got a little angry, I suppose, at the end of it. But also there is a sentence that I wrote that I want to say. If these things, like I said, the pollution problem and conflicts and corruption, if these things are human nature, then evolution has failed us somehow, because we clearly haven't evolved to fight each other. I suppose if we were evolved to fight each other, we would be better prey animals than lions and tigers, I suppose. Or if we were to pollute so much, well, I don't think there are animals that are prone to polluting, but I don't know, we would be more comfortable with dirt around us. I don't know, we would be something like a pig, I suppose. And maybe this is me calling some people pigs, some billionaires, maybe, I suppose. Anyways, so yeah, this is it for this week's video. It was a little angsty, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. If you did, please leave a like down below. And if you have anything to say, please say them down in the comments respectfully. I would like to hear your opinions and have a little chat, if we can, about this. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to subscribe to this channel if you want to see what other videos that I will make in future. So yeah, that's it. I hope I will see you soon. So until then, take care. Bye.